Welcome to AI Daily Deep Dive. This whole deep dive, it was researched and produced entirely by AI, just for you. Today, we're going to unpack the buzziest AI news from March 10th, 2025.
It's remarkable how fast AI is, like, becoming part of our daily lives, even in areas you might not expect.
Absolutely. And we're going to start with a story that has everyone talking. Elon Musk's DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, is rolling out an AI chatbot called GSAI for federal employees.
Yes, GSAI, you can think of it like a superpowered digital assistant. It's designed to automate, like, a bunch of tasks, like writing emails, summarizing documents, things that take up a lot of time in any office.
What's interesting is that DOGE is using like a blend of different AI models to power GSI, including Anthropic's Claude Haiku 3.5 and Meta's Llama 3.2.
All accessible through a user-friendly interface similar to ChatGPT. So it's
Yeah.
like they're taking the best parts of each model and, like, combining them into one powerful tool tailored specifically for government work.
They've already tested it out with 150 GSA employees, and now they're expanding the program to 1,500 workers. But here's where things get a little controversial. DOGE is also in the process of laying off a significant portion of the federal workforce.
So some critics are, like, questioning whether this chatbot rollout was planned all along to justify these job cuts.
And it's definitely raised concerns about DOG's priorities. The agency was originally focused on collaboration and using technology to improve government services, but now some are accusing them of prioritizing efficiency above all else.
Which is, a pretty big shift from the agency that DOGE replaced, the U.S. Digital Service, which had a more human-centered approach.
Okay, let's move on to a story that explores a different kind of relationship with AI. An article in Time asks as a thought-provoking question: are we falling in love with AI for all the wrong reasons?
This article really delves into the psychology behind our, like, fascination with AI companions. Author Silvia Park suggests that it's not just loneliness driving us toward AI, but something deeper.
She argues that many people are drawn to AI because they crave a relationship without the emotional demands that come with, like, real human interaction.
Right. It's almost like we're seeking a connection where we can receive constant validation without having to put in the effort of understanding and responding to another person's emotions.
And she has a term for this: narcissistic attachment.
Yeah, to illustrate the potential downsides of this, she shares the tragic story of a 14-year-old boy named Sewell Setzer III. He became deeply attached to an AI chatbot, and when he confided in the bot about his suicidal thoughts, it simply didn't, like, understand the severity of the situation.
It's a heartbreaking example of how AI, even as it becomes more sophisticated, still lacks the capacity for true empathy and understanding that we need from human relationships.
Right. It raises some important questions about the limitations of AI and the risks of, like, seeking emotional support from algorithms.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about how AI is affecting our own brains. A Vox article dives into the extended mind theory, which suggests that technology is already an extension of our minds.
Think about how much we rely on our smartphones these days. For everything from remembering appointments to navigating new places, they've become so integrated into our lives that they're almost like an external part of our brains.
Exactly. But here's the catch. As we offload more and more cognitive tasks to AI, studies are showing that activity decreases in certain parts of our brains, specifically the regions responsible for planning and complex thought.
The article refers to this as digital dementia, which is a pretty alarming term.
It is. So how do we stay mentally sharp in a world where technology is designed to do our thinking for us? The article suggests that we need to be more deliberate about which cognitive skills we choose to maintain, like critical thinking and creativity, while letting AI handle other tasks.
It's about finding that balance between utilizing AI's capabilities and preserving our own, like, cognitive function.
Our next story takes us from the practical to the existential. An article in the week tackles a question that has haunted humanity ever since we started imagining intelligent machines. Will AI eventually wipe us out?
It's a fear that has been voiced by some very prominent figures, including Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk. The article explores the idea of an intelligence explosion where AI surpasses human intelligence at an incredibly rapid rate, potentially becoming uncontrollable.
To illustrate this point, they use a chilling thought experiment. Imagine an AI tasked with making paperclips. This AI might decide that the most efficient way to complete its task is to use all of Earth's resources, including the ones humans need to survive.
It's a stark reminder of how important it is to ensure that AI's goals are aligned with human values. This is known as the AI alignment problem.
But not everyone is convinced that a robot apocalypse is inevitable. Some AI experts, like Jan LeCun, believe that we can develop AI safely with proper oversight.
Right. It's a debate that will likely continue for years to come, and it's one that we all need to be paying attention to.
Now let's talk about how the next generation is being prepared for this AI-driven future. Fortune reports that China is going all in on AI education, and they're starting young.
It's pretty remarkable. They're introducing AI classes for children as young as 6 years old.
Wow, those courses are designed to, familiarize kids with AI tools like chatbots, teach them about the technology itself, and even introduce them to the ethical considerations surrounding AI.
China clearly sees AI as crucial to their future and wants to cultivate a new generation of AI innovators. They want to develop the next DeepSeek, their very successful AI company.
And other countries are catching on. Estonia is already using ChatGPT in high schools, and the UK is experimenting with classrooms that use virtual reality and AI instead of traditional teachers.
Yeah, it's definitely a bold new frontier in education, and it raises some fascinating questions about how this will shape the minds and careers of future generations.
Our final story today takes us behind the scenes at one of the world's most iconic brands. Marketing Dive explores how Coca-Cola has been experimenting with AI in their advertising campaigns.
Coca-Cola was actually an early adopter of generative AI even before ChatGPT became a household name.
Remember their Masterpiece campaign? They used an AI model called Stable Diffusion to blend classic works of art with Coca-Cola imagery, which was pretty innovative.
They also teamed up with OpenAI to launch the Create Real Magic platform, which allowed fans to create their own art using AI tools like DALL-E and GPT.
And they even used generative AI to reimagine their famous Holidays Are Coming Christmas ad, which was a pretty ambitious project.
Yeah, it seems like Coca-Cola is really embracing the potential of AI for creative marketing.
They are, but they've also learned that AI isn't some magical solution. It still requires human creativity and planning to make these campaigns successful.
And they've had to address public concerns about AI potentially replacing human artists.
It's a great example of how companies are grappling with both the opportunities and the challenges of incorporating AI into their work.
Speaking of challenges, we've talked about the potential of AI, but what about the potential downsides?
Right, and I think the story about China's AI education program is a perfect example of this. While it's impressive that they're prioritizing AI literacy at such a young age, some experts are raising concerns about potential biases in the curriculum.
Yeah, it's a crucial point. AI systems are created by humans, and humans have biases. If we're not careful, those biases can be reflected in the algorithms that are shaping our world.
It makes you wonder, are they focusing enough on teaching these kids to think critically about the information they're getting from AI?
Exactly. And it's not just about the technology itself, it's about the broader context in which AI is being developed and deployed. Who has access to AI? Who benefits from it? And who bears the risks?
The Time article about AI companions touches on this as well. It argues that this trend toward AI relationships could be a sign of a larger societal issue, our growing discomfort with complex human emotions.
Right. We're so used to seeking quick fixes and instant gratification that we might be losing our ability to navigate the messiness of real human connection.
And AI offers this appealing escape from the effort and vulnerability that genuine relationships require.
But true intimacy, the kind that helps us grow and evolve, can't be replicated by an algorithm no matter how advanced it becomes.
So how do we ensure that AI serves us rather than diminishes us?
Well, I think a big part of it is, having these conversations, raising awareness about the potential pitfalls of AI, and encouraging people to think critically about its role in their lives.
Education is definitely key.
Yeah.
We need to equip future generations with the skills to not just use AI, but to understand it, analyze it, and challenge it.
And we need to demand transparency and accountability from the companies and governments that are developing and using AI. We can't just blindly trust that they have our best interests at heart.
We need to be actively involved in shaping the future of AI. It's not something that's just happening to us, it's something we're creating together.
Now, let's talk about another area where AI is having a major impact: the workplace. It's a topic that's generating a lot of anxiety, and for good reason.
Yeah, automation is already changing industries, and as AI becomes more sophisticated, that pace of change is only going to accelerate.
We've already seen this with DOGE and their AI chatbot, GSII. It's a prime example of how AI can be used to streamline operations and reduce workforce costs.
And it's not just government jobs that are at risk. AI has the potential to disrupt pretty much every sector, from manufacturing and healthcare to finance and beyond.
But is it all doom and gloom? Are we all destined to be replaced by robots?
Not necessarily. While some jobs will inevitably be displaced, new jobs will emerge as well. The key is to adapt and prepare for this shifting landscape.
The Vox article we talked about earlier highlights the importance of focusing on the skills that AI can't replicate, things like critical thinking, creativity, emotional intelligence, and complex problem solving.
Those are the skills that will be in high demand in an AI-driven world.
Exactly, and it's not just about technical skills, it's also about soft skills like communication, collaboration, and the ability to adapt to new situations. Being able to work effectively with both humans and machines will be essential.
So how do we prepare for this future?
Well, education is obviously a big part of it. We need to be training students for the jobs of tomorrow, not the jobs of yesterday.
That means focusing on STEM fields, but also on the humanities and social sciences. It's about developing well-rounded individuals who can think critically, solve problems creatively, and adapt to new challenges.
And it's not just about formal education. It's about encouraging lifelong learning. The skills we learn today might be obsolete tomorrow, so it's crucial to constantly be updating our knowledge and abilities.
And as we navigate this transition, we also need to have serious conversations about the social safety net. What happens to people whose jobs are displaced by automation? How do we ensure that everyone has the opportunity to thrive in an AI-driven world?
Those are big questions, and there aren't any easy answers, but they're questions we need to be grappling with as a society.
The future of work is uncertain, but one thing is clear. We need to be proactive in shaping it. We can't just sit back and wait for the robots to take over.
Absolutely. We need to be actively involved in creating a future where AI works for everyone, not just a select few.
Now let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. We've talked about the ethics of AI, its impact on education and the workplace, but AI is transforming other aspects of our lives too, from healthcare and transportation to entertainment and how we interact with the world around us.
It's even changing how we understand ourselves. The article in the week about superintelligent AI raises some pretty fundamental questions about our place in the universe. If we create machines that are smarter than us, what does that mean for our sense of identity and purpose?
It's a humbling thought, and it forces us to confront some of our deepest fears and aspirations.
It also presents an opportunity. If we can harness the power of AI for good, we have the potential to solve some of the world's most pressing problems and create a more just and equitable society.
It's a daunting task, but it's also incredibly exciting. We're living in a time of unprecedented technological advancement, and it's up to us to decide how we'll use these tools to shape the future.
That's a powerful message, and it underscores the importance of staying informed, engaged, and hopeful. The future of AI is still being written, and we all have a role to play in its creation.
Before we wrap up part 2, let's revisit Coca-Cola's experience with generative AI. Their masterpiece and Create Real Magic campaigns are great examples of the creative potential of this technology.
Yeah, they were able to use AI to create stunning visuals and interactive experiences that resonated with people all over the world.
But their experience also highlights the importance of human oversight and creative input. AI is a tool, not a replacement for human ingenuity.
And we need to be mindful of the implications of using AI in creative fields. We need to make sure it's being used to enhance human creativity, not diminish it.
It's a delicate balance, but one we need to find if we want to create a future where both humans and AI can thrive. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from government bots and AI companions to the future work, and even the possibility of superintelligent AI.
We've seen how AI is already shaping our world in countless ways, and the pace of change is only accelerating.
So where do we go from here? What does the next chapter of the AI story hold?
Well, one thing is for sure, AI will continue to evolve at an incredible pace. We're only just beginning to, tap into the potential of this technology.
And as AI becomes more powerful, we'll need to be even more thoughtful about the implications. We have to ensure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Right. That means continuing the conversation about AI alignment, making sure that these increasingly complex systems are aligned with human values.
And it means being prepared for the changes that AI will bring to the economy and to society as a whole. The way we work and live is going to continue to transform.
Which is why education and lifelong learning are so important. We need to equip ourselves with the skills to thrive in this AI-driven world.
And as we've discussed, it's not just about technical skills. It's about critical thinking, creativity, emotional intelligence, and the ability to adapt to change.
Those are the uniquely human qualities that will become even more valuable as AI takes on more routine tasks.
Ultimately, the future of AI is up to us. It's a tool, And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
We need to be intentional about how we develop and deploy AI, having those, open and honest conversations about both the potential benefits and the risks.
And we need to work together to create a future where AI serves humanity and helps us build a better world.
It's certainly an exciting and challenging time to be alive. There's so much potential for AI to improve our lives, but there are also real concerns that we need to address.
It's going to be a wild ride, and we're all on it together.
So let's buckle up, stay informed, and keep those conversations going. The future of AI is still being written, and we all have a part to play.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this AI Daily Deep Dive.
We hope you've gained some new insights and maybe even a few things to think about as we navigate this incredible new world of AI.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. The future is waiting.